Hi, I'm Dr. Dana Winchester, founder of the Winchester Institute of Chiropractic Health and Wellness. As a leader in the health and wellness field, it is our responsibility to help others through community outreach and service. Our doctors take pride in educating each of our patients on a wellness model of healthcare and emphasize nutrition-based disease prevention. During this time when stress, anxiety, and fear are present, taking care of your health is most important. In this presentation, Dr. Brian Hoggett will explore how we can begin to better care for ourselves with active awareness at the forefront of our minds. Learn how our daily choices such as stress, worry, poor quality sleep, and the typical American diet directly influence our physical and mental well-being.
Hey everyone, this is Dr. Brian Hoggett here with the Winchester Institute, and I want to speak with you today with our current community outreach webinar series. Today's title is Purposefully Mindful, and we're going to teach you about how to have self-care with active awareness. So Aristotle once said that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and it's a little bit confusing. What that means is that when we look at something like our bodies and our health, yes, it's important to eat healthy, it's important to sleep well, it's important to take care of your body with exercise, but just doing one of those things is not enough. When we do all of these things together, the benefits are exponential. So the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And we're going to start today with one of the most important things you can do for your health, and that is to be mindful and take care of your mental outlook. So we need to recognize that our present lens is false. Throughout evolution, it's been very beneficial for us to have a negative mindset and always be searching for problems to solve. It saved us when we were hunting for mammoths and when we were living out of caves, but now we're sitting in a desk in our office. We don't have as much to worry about, okay? But the brain is still negative by nature. So it's very important that we practice productive mindfulness, which will require us to build a positivity circuit, okay? When we talk about learning mindful behaviors, what is mindfulness anyway? Mindfulness is a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment while acknowledging and accepting our feelings, thoughts, and our bodily sensations. We need to pay really close attention and be on purpose. Mindfulness may not come naturally to many children or adults, but it can be learned. And if you remember from anatomy, our brains are plastic. That means they are always changing and adapting to our environment. So you can actually teach an old dog new tricks. Our brains are made up of hundreds of billions of neurons. There are about as many cells in our brain as there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. And the worst part is you can't turn them off. They're always on, running 24/7, 365 days a year. They're controlling things beyond our consciousness, like heartbeat, our breathing, and our senses, even while we're asleep. And what we eat directly affects the structure and function of our brain. Are we putting good, healthy food into us, or are we poisoning ourselves? This is going to have a direct impact on our thoughts and our mental cognition, and ultimately our health, behavior, mood, and our capacity to excel. Let's talk about diet. There are two ways to eat. You can eat in a prepared fashion, or you can eat based on hunger and mood. So proactive eating involves a little bit of preparation and discipline and self-control. We're talking about eating things like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats, and lean proteins. And overall, these things are going to reduce your insulin. They're going to reduce your oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. But if you're not prepared, if you're not on top of your game and you're reacting to mood to eat, I'm talking things like fast food, prepackaged food, highly processed, refined foods, cookies, sugar, sodas, things like that. It's going to release insulin, create inflammation and oxidative stress, and it's going to be damaging to your cells. And in case you can't tell, it's all about insulin. Okay, you run home, you eat a pound of sugar, it goes to your stomach, and then into the blood supply, then to the cells, and later used for energy. But the problem with insulin is that it's highly inflammatory. It's going to have a negative effect on your cells. And over time, you can develop an insensitivity to this insulin, and we call that type 2 diabetes. Here's an infographic that I love to show people, and it tackles the age-old argument between nature and nurture. When it comes to cancer risk, it has been proven 90 to 95% of your risk comes from lifestyle choices. So eating in a mindful way has a direct impact on your health. If you have inflammation in your GI tract, you might be releasing less serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that regulates sleep, appetite, mood, and it inhibits pain. So if you're eating inflammatory foods all the time, you could develop more pain. While we're on the topic of sleep, are you getting enough sleep? Chances are probably not, because 1 in 3 adults is not getting enough sleep. A review of 16 studies found that sleeping less than 6 to 8 hours a night increases risk of early death by 12%. And we used to think that you don't need as much sleep when you're an adult as you did when you were a kid, but it's actually not the case. Our sleep needs don't really decrease that much with age. And most 18 to 65-year-old adults require 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. Now, if you're of the philosophy that I don't need sleep, I'll sleep when I'm dead, and you're only getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night, it can have some serious health consequences. Of those, we see high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attack, heart failure, stroke, obesity, and even things like depression and anxiety. Research also links a lack of sleep to an increase of the stress hormone cortisol in the body. This is what's released when you are in fight or flight. And after chronic release of cortisol, you can develop things like adrenal fatigue, where you're tired all the time in response to this cortisol release. One of the last things we can do to be good to our bodies is to exercise. And this is also one of the most difficult things for people to do. But physical activity reduces anxiety, depression, risk factors for many chronic diseases like heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, pain conditions. It's good for your GI system. The American Heart Association actually recommends that everyone gets 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week for optimum health. And it's changing your brain when you're doing it. Exercise increases your serotonin release. It's that neurotransmitter that we talked about that's released in the gut. It also increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor, supporting the growth of neurons. Exercise helps by normalizing sleep, which is known to have a protective effect on the brain. And it helps us accomplish meaningful activity and provides a sense of accomplishment to our goals. So again, when we look at all of these ways that we can improve our health, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Yes, I want you to eat better. I want you to take care of your body. I want you to get adequate sleep. But if any one of these factors is missing, you are not truly healthy and you have a lot of work to do. When these things work together, the effects are exponential. Another way that we can improve our mindfulness and our nervous system is through spinal manipulation, and that's what we primarily do here in our office. Spinal manipulation has been confused and misunderstood in recent years, but it's clinically proven to affect the way the brain communicates with the body. Patients who regularly receive spinal manipulation report increased lymphatic function. They have better white blood cell behavior, increased joint position sense, strength, breathing. They are less prone to injury, and they often have better mood and behavior than those who don't receive spinal manipulation. So if you have any more questions, or if you want to learn ways to be more mindful or to improve your health overall, come and stop by the office. You can call us at our number 614-760-5555 and set up a free consultation today. If you use our special discount code for a $50 new patient exam, that's over $200 in savings. All you have to say is one body. Just mention one body to one of our front desk workers and they can help you out from there. Again, I'm Dr. Brian Hoggett. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for taking the time to watch our mini presentation. We hope you can take some of these well principles and incorporate them into your life, starting right now. At the Winchester Institute, our services are aimed at restoring complete health to your body as a whole. Let us help you replenish your mind and body by becoming a new patient. We are offering a unique $50 new patient visit to our practice. We will extend this offer through February 1st, 2021. Please use the code ONEBODY. We cannot wait to take great care of you.